Okay, hi, it's been a long time since I made a video. Been busy. Um, I think I have something now that a lot of people would be interested in, and it's not something that's covered in the manual. And when I say manual, I'm referring to getting started with the extended color basic, or getting started with color basic. There's a lot of things that these books don't identify or cover. I think that they were written pretty quickly and not with a lot of diligence, for lack of a better term. But anyways, um, I am going to clear the screen here, and this video is going to be about delineating boundaries that can't be crossed when you're dealing with, in terms of a graphics screen application. And this would mean, if you can see my pointer, this would mean drawing a line and having an object that's controlled by the joystick. And when the object meets the line, it will not cross the line. You'll have to go around the line in order to bypass it. And this is an important principle when you're doing things like trying to make video games. You need to have, say if you're making a game that's a maze and you want to, have the object go through the maze, you need to have a way to set boundaries that the sprite cannot pass. Without that, you don't have much of a chance of making a video game. So I'm going to share that with you. And this is, I'm not well, anyways, I won't get into that, but I'll just start this right now. So I don't know what to call this. I'll just call this, setting boundaries. Setting boundaries. Okay, so we're gonna P mode it. We're gonna screen it. I'm gonna do screen 1.1 and we're gonna PCLS it. I made a mistake here. So anyways, now we have our screen set up. And so the next thing I have to do here is set up the joystick, I think. I can do this a number of ways, but I think I'm going to set up the joystick first. I'm trying to think of what I'm forgetting here, but I could also, to make it a little easier, let's do what the screen is going to look like first. SCREN, screen. So we'll start there to make it a little easier. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to pick, now I'm using, and I misspelled this again. This is really unbelievable here. I'm going a little too fast. So the colors I'm going to be using are white, cayenne, magenta, and orange. Let's do a test here and see what the background is going to look like. It's white, okay. So I'm going to need to change that because I don't want to have to worry about going outside of the screen. So I'm going to edit for, and instead of a white background, which is the stock background, it defaults to number 1. let's have either an orange or a cayenne or a magenta background. Now, I'm not used to these colors, so bear with me. Let's run this. That's a nice background, alright? And what I meant was, if I had kept it white, you wouldn't be able to see the border here. And once you get into the border area, you get errors. So you can't go outside that area. And actually, that's a good place to start for you to understand this. So what I'm going to do is nothing further with the screen right now. We're going to leave plenty. I'm going to leave plenty of space in there, and 50 is going to start the joystick routine. So anytime you use the joystick, you have to specify joystick 0 and joystick 1 STK, and it's not the whole word, it's joy STK, and this is for joystick number 1. I've never used a second joystick, but if you do, you go into joystick 2 and 3. Don't worry about that, just set your joystick to 0 and 1, okay? And the 0 is the left and right coordinate, and the 1 is the up and down coordinate. So now I have to give it a case. I'm going to say if j equals, and I never remember which way is left and which way is right, which doesn't help things. But I think if j equals 0, then x equals x minus 10. I think J0 is the left. If it's wrong, I'll fix it. If J equals 63, that's the right, then X equals X plus 10. If K equals 0, then Y equals Y minus 10, and I believe that's up. And if K equals 63, then Y equals Y plus 10, and that's down. So you have left, right, up, and down. Okay. Now I'm not going to get into explaining this farther because I have a video that already does that already tells you how to collaborate your joystick, and that's what this is doing. So what we need here is we need a go-to 51, because everything with computer are in computing, making these programs it's a constant loop. The program goes in one direction only. You can go to a subroutine, but you can only go in one direction. So it's in BASIC anyway. The computer is constantly going in one direction. So now we have our joystick loop. What we need to do is define what it's connected to here. And so by the looks of this, I'm going to have to make a graphic, or we'll call it a sprite, S-P-R-I-T-E, like the soda. Alright, and this is going to be our subroutine here. We're going to have to modify lines 53 to 56 as go subs. And I think as well they're going to... Okay, but anyways, this is our subroutine here. This is what our sprite is going to look like. And I'm just going to make it... I could make it a circle, or I can use the draw command. I recently learned something about the draw command that's very interesting. However, I can't get into that right now because it's really complicated, and I'll do that in another video. So I think I'm going to resort to using a circle. So I'm going to put circle 100 plus x, comma 100 plus y, and that's just the center of the circle. And then I have to specify a radius. I'm going to start with 10. Circles always give me trouble like this. And then I have to pick a color. We have what cayenne background, so maybe I'll try an orange circle. And we're going to return back to here because it is a subroutine. And we also need yeah, this is going to be a little tricky here. So we're going to have to have the circle drawn, but we're going to have to get rid of the old circle first. And I could use the PCLS method, but then the screen will blink. So I'm going to have to change 76 a little bit, plus x minus 10, I believe. And then plus y, same thing, minus 10. That's going to be our cover-up circle, and that is covered in my video about 5 ways to create animation on a color computer. So first, the original circle is going to be covered up, and there's not going to be any timer. That's not necessary. But now our new circle will be the same, but without the negatives in there. The radius is 10, 4 is the color, 78 becomes our return line, return, right. So let's list this. Let me list this for you here. So I have to go back in and edit 53 to 56. So this is true. However, I have to insert a go sub. 75, that's where our sprite is located, and then I'm going to hit a go to. What is it going to go to? I can't see the whole program, so I'm going to leave it like this right now. Let's list this again. It's getting long here, so we want to go to 51 with all of these. Edit 53. I mean, I might be able to leave it like this, then it comes back through here. If I leave it without a go to and I leave the go sub, then you can get the circle to go diagonally, which really isn't going to change anything. So I think I can leave it this way. But again, I'm going to test this out. Go sub to our sprite, edit 55. Go sub to 75 and edit 56. Go sub to 75. Now, when I edit my lines, I have a program on that too, but I forgot to mention that if you use the insert and you type and you add stuff into the line, I forgot to mention that you have to press shift and up, okay, which will shift and up will take you out of the insert mode so you can scroll the rest of the line. I forgot to tell you that. And you can also type a number like 25 and press S for space, and 25 S, and then press the space bar and it will advance 25 spaces. Those are the only two things I forgot to mention. So I should get a circle now in the middle of the screen. It's not there yet, but when I move the joystick, it should appear, and it doesn't. I have a syntax error right away. If where? Oh, I see here. I forgot to put a colon in there. Let me list 50 to 60. See if there's any more of those mistakes. Yeah, I forgot to put colons in all of them to separate this here. That was also on the edit video. Now we need to do 55 and 56. Edit 56. Now this should work. I should get a circle in the middle of the screen when I move the joystick. Having all kinds of problems here. For some reason, that looks pretty cool. Doesn't that look like a number 6 to you? But yeah, there's definitely something going on here. So I got to edit 76. I have minus 10 here. 100 plus x minus 10 plus x minus 10. The problem I'm having now is our cover-up circle has the wrong color. It needs to blend in with cayenne. That should get rid of that problem. But I also have another problem here. That got rid of the duplicity. But now I'm having another problem here. And I don't know what it is. Strange here. Now, it's doing the correct actions. We have left, right, up, down, but it's not. Let's run this one more time. Yeah, there's something really weird going on here. A 100 plus x minus 10. 100 plus y minus 10. Circle on. Okay. Yeah. I see what's going on here. I sure do. Problem is, a circle takes both of its coordinates at the same time, and the way I have this set up, it's only registering one. So I don't think I have the go sub. Oh, what a problem. Right. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Huh. I don't know. I don't know why this is giving me so much trouble. I should be able to do this without a problem. Uh, Except it's giving me a major problem here. I know it has something to do with this line right here. So you know what, I'm gonna get rid of it instead of wasting time. I'm just gonna use the PCLS method right now. I'm gonna run it. It should be okay. Alright, so everything's fine now, okay? It's just the problem is I'm having a problem with covering up this circle using another way other than PCLS. It's causing a problem and I don't know how to fix it. So at least now it's working. I think the only way to fix this would be to I honestly I would have to yeah, guys, I'm just gonna leave it like this. It's just way too complicated. So, but anyways, I'm gonna get back to the main point here. So now we have our circle that I can move around with the joystick. And I made it perfectly a factor of 10, except for this part right here. It won't reach all the way over there. See how that's not lined up? There's nothing I can do about it because the screen size is an odd size. I mean, I might be able to increase the diameter of the circle to 12, and that might make it even. I don't know. Let's see. It's a larger circle, but now I'm getting cut off up here. I'm getting cut off over there, and it'll probably align with this part right here. It's still off by 1. So it's just a waste of time. So I'm going to leave it at 10. And so what I need to do is, what happens is, if I take this circle and I start moving it out of here, what do I get? An FC error. And if I run it again and I start going up, I get the FC error. It's going to do that in every direction because I did not assign boundaries here. Well, okay, you don't want that. So the next thing I have to do is I need to assign boundaries. And the way you do that is, well, the way I'm going to do it here is I have to figure out where to put those boundaries. And I think the best place to do that would be it's going to go to our sprite. We're going to have to change 57 and have it go sub to, we're going to make it 100, and we're going to make 58 our go to 51 so it doesn't change the program at all. And 100 is going to become our boundaries. I hope I spelled that right. 101. So we're going to say if, the problem is we have to find these boundaries now. So we're going to return, we don't have them yet. We need to find them. And since I'm starting at it in the middle of the screen, I have no idea what they are. You have to manually find them. So here, this is as far as I want my sprite to go. I don't want it going any farther than this. For aesthetic purposes of a game and for purposes of not getting errors. So we break out of the program, and I'm going to print X, and I'm going to print Y. And what I have to do here is I'm going to make line 101. I'm going to say if X is less than, or actually if X equals, if X is less than -20, then X equals -20. So that's going to stop it from going any higher. And I'll demonstrate that right now. It's not going to go any higher. Oh, brother. This should be Y. Oh, my Lord. And this should be 90. Okay. So if Y, excuse me, Y is less than 90, -90, then Y equals -90. So when it goes up, it's not going to go any farther. It shouldn't go any farther. And it does. Don't ask me why. Print Y, -90. If Y is less than -90, then Y equals -90. However, it's still less than. I don't know why it's still letting it go past that mark right there. I have no idea. It should stop it right there. But it's not. And once again, there's a fundamental error because it's going to 75 first and then it's coming back. That's why I'm getting off. It's getting cut off by 10 here. So this go sub statement needs to be moved to here. So that's what I'm going to do. Edit 53. Go sub 100. Edit 54. Go sub 100. edit 55. The thing with programming is that each program is completely different from any other program. They're all very individual, and this is what I'm learning here. There's similarities between programs, but no two programs are exactly the same. Now, I can guarantee this thing's not going to go past that border now. And see, it doesn't. I'm holding it there. It's not passing that border like it was before. It'll go up there, but it'll stop. And that's the whole point of this video here. So now I need to get an X, and I'm going to put 102 if X is less than negative 90. And it's the same as the Y. That is just completely what is the word? Completely circumstantial. Alright, so if X is less than negative 90, then X equals negative 90. So this is going to be our left border. And so what this is saying is that as I'm moving my joystick, the values are changing. And as each value changes, it's going to go sub to our boundaries subroutine and check to see if X is less than negative 90. And if it is, it's going to readjust it to equal negative 90. And then it's going to return list 50, I think it's 53 to 54. So it's gonna go here. It's gonna check. It's gonna readjust, and then it's going to apply the sprite. What was happening before was it was applying it after the sprite was already there. Then it was going back and then redefining it, and that's why I was getting a loss there. So now it will not go past that left-hand side. It will not go past the top no matter what I do. We have established boundaries here. And the same thing with down and right. But I'm not going to worry about that because I don't want this program to be long. It's already over half an hour already. And I don't edit these videos because I don't have time. So any wasted time will just add time to the video. But if you use your imagination, you do the same thing for these sides. Since it's not there, it gets stuck. It causes an error. I can't even get back over. Now I have to break the program. You get the idea. But the last thing I wanted to do was I wanted to do a little more than that. Why is it only listing the list 1 through? I have too many odd numbers here. What I really wanted to do here was apply another graphic, and I'm going to do that by editing 4. And I'm going to insert color. I want it to be white. Color 1 line. We'll see 200, 0 to 200, 190. Set that. Now when I run the program, I have this white line here, and now this is reminding me of Pong or something like that, right? So now if I move this, oh, and our line just disappeared. Well, now I have to reapply that line on number 76. Color, what did I use? White line 200, 0 to 200, 190. Just hit enter by mistake. Oh, jeez. Piece set that. Comma, piece set. List for. So they match. Now, it's going to blink, and that's why I don't like using piece set. This is just a demonstration, and as you can see, I can move the sprite over that line with no problem, and I can't go up any farther, and I can't go left any farther, but I can cross that line with no problem. And what I'm going to do here is actually move the line over. I'm going to move it over just 1 pixel. I think it was 76 as well, because I want consistency here. Now the second this circle gets to that line, it just touches that line, and I don't want it to go past that line. So to do that, I'm going to print my x coordinate, and I'm going to list 100 to 200, and I'm going to make line 103. Remember, it's constantly checking now. If x is greater than 90, then x equals 90. That is going to prevent me from crossing this line. Now you watch. I'm holding it there. It will not cross that line. Try it. You just cannot move past that line. And this is what I mean about video games. You need to know how to do this. Okay? It will not go past that line, and I'm holding it there. You can see it blinking, so you know it's refreshing, but it is not going past that line. However, what if I wanted to change this a little bit? We're going to edit 4, and I'm going to add something in here. And this is almost the end of the video here, but I'm going to. Oh, I hope I didn't erase that. And yes, I did. What did I have there? Piece set. I think that's all I had there. I hope to God that was all I had there. So we're going to go to, instead of 202, we're going to go to 102. And then we're going to have another line going from 202, 0. Oh, that's not right either. 202, 0 to 202. What is going on here? I just killed my whole line here. Son of a... I'm not having a good time here. I'm messing this up bad. To 202, 100. Or even 202... We'll just 202.75 piece set, and then I want a line going from 202.75 to the end of the screen grid, which is 254.75, and you'll see what this is going to do when I run it. Now I have part of a wall or a maze in a video game. So what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to hit this line, can't go past it, but as soon as you get right here, you're able to go past it. Okay, but I still have some more work to do because I have to edit 76 and I have to match it because this is our reissuance of the line after it disappears. So I believe I had 202 to 75, and then I insert another line. What was it? 202.75 to 254.75. No, I think that matches. Let's list 4 to 2. Yeah, it matches. So now we have our official game going on here. Look how fast this is going. That's all you have to do to make a video game. I mean, this is not all you have to do, but this is a huge chunk of it. I'm showing you right here how to make a video game. A controller, joystick control video game on a color computer 1. And this is also, so now the last part is I can't go past this. Here, it's invisible now, because I'm going to have to do a little switching here. So I'm going to print X and print Y. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to list all this stuff here. And I'm going to have to make a change to 103. And actually, let's run this one more time. I need to get more coordinates here. So if I'm here, I'm good. If I'm here, I'm good. But if I'm here, I can go through. So print X, print Y, list 100 to 200. So if X is greater than 90, we're going to have to change this. If X, edit 103. If X is greater than 90 and okay, Y is greater than -10, then, okay, that should do it. Let's see if it does or not. So I'm here, I can't go through it. Oh, actually, I'm going through now. Ah, Jesus. So, edit 103. And Y is greater than -10. And Y is greater than -10. Now I'm really running into problems here. I think I should have left it the way it was. I'm going to do that first, because that was working fine. I'm going to run this again. Now it's not going to go past here. Now I have to get it to go past there. If Y is less than, if Y is, now as I go down, Y will increase. If Y is greater than or equal to -10, then X equals X. Alright. We're gonna have to switch these lines around. If y is greater than or equal to negative negative 10, then then 150 else 104, and then 104 is going to say if x is greater than 90, then x equals 90, run. So it's not going to go past this. But as soon as I come down here, you got free entry. See that? So up here, we don't go through. These are the boundaries, guys, of a video game here. I'm creating my own world here. So we have a wall here, and we have a wall here. As soon as we get down here, we can't go yet until we get full clearance, and then we go. And that, my friends, is how you start the beginnings of a video game. Okay? Now, it's a lot of information. I get that. It's a lot for me as well. I've done this numerous times, but it's still difficult. It's not a hard concept to grasp. I'm showing you how to do it. This is not alluded to in the manual. They don't get into this, but I'm getting into this in case you're interested. So before I end this, now the reason I had to switch these two lines around was because it needs to check for one before it checks for the other. Because if it's checking for x is greater than 90, you will never get past that line. But if it checks for y first, it says then bypass this command and return. And that's how you get your sprite to travel past the wall at that point. And then if this statement is not met, it will read this line and apply the wall. So enough said. I know this is a really long video. I don't expect you to watch every second of it. Just go to the parts that you need and don't worry about the rest of it. I had a little bit of a problem a few times. I couldn't figure out how to make the program work. So just skip those parts and look at the parts that are going to help you design a video game. And with that, I end this video, and as always, have a good day. Take care, and if there's any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.